Previously on Tim Plays a Game.
So a certain amount of time after a murder has taken place, a class trial will begin.
During the trial, you'll have to present your arguments about who you think the blackened is. If the answer you've arrived at is correct, only the one that disturbed your peace will be punished. If you choose poorly, then the one who got away with murder will survive, and the rest of you will receive your punishment.
Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Part of a sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, it's definitely bloody on the cuff, which means that is all that's left of some of the evidence that the killer destroyed. What's up, everyone? It's Tim from TimPlaysAGame here with Trigger Happy Havoc, Danganronpa, playing on Nintendo Switch. Let's talk to Aoi. I really don't know how to pronounce her name. It's 3 letters. Hina, are you investigating? The dining hall? Oh no, I'm just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me. You know, I don't have the first clue of what I should be doing. Looking for clues. Finding evidence of murder. I mean, trying to put together a story, trying to, come on, or motive, or something. I know what you mean. And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps me be calm. So I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kind of hanging around here. To tell the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed. That's a big deal. Why were you here? I kind of want her to expand on that, but it's a very weird doorway. It's like so narrow and like hard to miss, or easy to miss, hard to see. Yep, that's what I thought. The knife was from the kitchen. There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big to small, but it looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or no? It was not missing from the very beginning. I better see if anyone here knows more about it. Kitchen knife set has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Cool. Hey, you again. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange. A knife just suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope. Last I remember, they were all lined up in a nice, neat row. So when did you notice one of them had disappeared?
Well,
I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right in the dining hall when someone came and took it. Then you should be able to say for sure. You can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Nice. We have an alibi. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? Come on! Put it together, girl. Of course I'm not. I would never. Hina, do you really think I murdered her? Well, someone did. Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. Okay. Killer used a knife. You saw me not take a knife. You're supposed to be my alibi here. On the other hand, 2 people becoming good friends, then one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together... Yeah, you honestly have no idea. I was about to come to that conclusion, too. Glad we're on the same page. For everyone that's still alive here. Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? No, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. What? Makoto, what are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball. But it's all smashed. What the hell?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how did it break?
What?
Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? I mean, even crystal can break. He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon, yeah, of course, and you believed him. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? God. Let's put that aside for now, so you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you. Yeah, that's mine for sure. I forgot it was in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room. That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Great. Because that totally set you up as the murderer just now. Thanks, hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I almost afraid to ask, but how did you pay for that? How much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up from fortune telling for 2 full years came out to be like $1 million. $1 million or yen? Yeah, $1 million yen would round out to about 10,000, I believe. Am I being wrong about that? It's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. Maybe there's a tape in the screen. I should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. DVD that Sayaka threw in the garbage. Oh, right, I got the DVD. I forgot about that. Sat down in front of the screen, put the DVD in the player, pushed play, and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then... Oh, this isn't good. I got all kinds of bad feelings. The image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on stage, front and center, was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there, along with her friend. She said she had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even hard to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then that voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band.
Yeah.
For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then... No, not but then. Not but then. Suddenly the screen went dark. And in the next moment, I saw something I couldn't hardly believe. Oh, God. What the... Sayaka disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. But what I noticed even more than that, I guess a red screen equals ruins, was the figures of the other girls who all simply collapsed. Oh, God. This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight.
That's unfortunate.
Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to
Okay, that's what freaked her out.
So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
A delightful half-bear, half-demon? Stay tuned for the answer, kids! And without warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? Okay, I guess, so every tape had, like, people, like, loved ones dying. Yeah, that's gonna be a motive to get the hell out of there. Is he trying to say he was even able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? This is too far for you.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started,
Cool.
It's time for the long-awaited... class trial!
Yay!
Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings.
This is gonna be the gym?
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Red door, first floor. No, where I have to go. Let's be real here. You don't have a choice. Why is it the only red door? Why does it need padding? And why is everyone here before me? We've all been You're late, Makoto! We've all been waiting for you! I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There, we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. Well, Sayaka can't really speak too much. Can't speak for you. But then who is the killer? I mean, it should be painfully obvious if you've been following the clues. The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? Yes.
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided.
Great.
I'll meet you all down there. I'll be
Yes, you'll be waiting. Because you're such a brooding, evil villain. All you do is wait. Get on with this. Guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator. Let us begin.
Yes,
Good
indeed.
idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right. Terrified. I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me that. Do that. In Sayaka's honor. I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try to give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race, faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. So I would love to see, like, the elevator where all of them are, like, pushed to one side and, like, I'm on the other side. What? I'm not gonna murder everyone in the elevator. Calm down. The steel box descended with every clunking sound toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Rather than that, it's not just more like rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. Delightful. Yes, we finally arrived.
Well, what do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Not even close, it's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down.
Yahoo!
Hurry up now, hurry up.
Really eager for this to get going. We did what he said and found our seats. Even though no one's sitting. The seats were arranged... Okay, so I guess seats are more of a term just as placement, not really a place to sit. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else. Which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and ease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly death. A deadly class trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they
was me.
will
Wait a
receive
minute.
punishment. But if you then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened.
Wait, okay,
and the
so
one that deceived everyone
if you guess
else
wrong,
will
everyone else
graduate.
dies.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Really?
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick?
Go for it. Well, go on.
What's going on with those pictures?
I feel awful
To remind
if
us
they
that
got
they're
left
dead.
out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
You just want a visual aid.
Friendship penetrates.
Calm down, pervert.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
Oh yeah, what about that?
There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for
I don't know. It kind of leads me to
preamble.
believe there's another person here.
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin!
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Have fun dying! Evidence of a struggle.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, you know that part already.
Yeah.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
Really?
In the bathroom.
Yes.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Oh, crap, wrong button. There it is.
No, it's wrong!
Counter! Break!
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
Okay.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
Yes.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom? She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide.
Ah,
The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
that makes sense.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Yeah, let's just make it clear to everyone.
So,
Yeah, they're gonna go over a lot of points over and over again, so try to form everything together.
Okay, so
If they
what's
restate
next?
stuff, don't worry about it too much. They're just trying. It helps really build a story.
Next is the
Or-
subject of the murder weapon.
Yeah, what happened?
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
It is a real trial, just not traditional trial. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Gonna go out on a limb here and say the knife that was jammed in her. Okay, kitchen knife set. Yeah, that.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach.
Yes.
Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon!
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No.
No, it's wrong!
It was a kitchen knife. Damn you.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Dun dun dun.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah.
How do they figure
I
it
guess
out?
that makes sense. You
The
could
kitchen knife
sorta see
inside of her
weapon
was the
sticking
murder
out of her
weapon.
stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Or you can just pull it out of her and look. I mean, she doesn't need it.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
The murder was in the kitchen.
I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. And what...
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can
To accuse
talk all we
someone.
want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
What do you know?
You really believe that?
I think she knows a lot more than she's letting on, but she wants kind of everyone to come to the conclusion so that they believe it. She's right. There's got to be a way to there's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a 1 in 16 chance, 13 chance I'm gonna die.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret. Nobody was in the dining hall.
No, it's wrong!
Someone was in the dining hall.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right?
Well, yeah.
Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Yeah.
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. It would be nice if you saw who
The knife
took it.
disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You are my only alibi. Get your stuff together.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
Okay, there we go.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this?
What about what?
What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
Oh, that's nice. You actually doing what we want for a change.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
Oh, we're allowed to have accomplices here? Are you sure? We can have that? That's so nice of you.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from
Right.
it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Unless they're stupid.
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Thank you, Truth Bear.
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife.
And what did you do?
So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
It was me!
Hina
no.
seems the obvious
Scratch that.
candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall. No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Okay, so who walked past you while you were in the dining hall?
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
Oh, hello. Look who speaks up.
That's right.
Street Fighter.
Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's
me.
Yes. The person who looks like who looks perfect for the next Street Fighter game.
right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just tell him.
Just spit it out already.
Right?
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
Hello.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
Yeah, it's only airtight amongst the two of you.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
Yes.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms.
Oh yeah, you can
But it
sleep in
doesn't
other
say we
people's
have to
dorms.
stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's
She's not a boy.
But I'm a girl.
Notice the skirt, bro. Well, actually, that's not really
You are?
indicative of gender.
Oh my gosh,
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
But if it wasn't
it's kinda-
either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Yes, please
yeah,
talk.
that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Great, say a name.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Right?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Oh. Someone who's not here anymore. You're talking about...
Sayaka.
Sayaka. Oh, wow.
She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she
Wow,
ended
the
up
knife.
dead.
So she got stabbed by the knife that she took. Okay, so the person who took the knife was... Oh, they're giving me a time limit. Okay, well, it wasn't Monokuma. It had to be Sayaka.
I got it!
I mean, it could have been Monokuma, but...
Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
Yes.
That's the only possibility.
Right.
And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
The person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Right.
What?
Wow.
He did do it after all.
Stop smiling, you twisted...
You're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us
God
all
dang
off
it.
in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die. Hold on.
It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering.
Yes, what they do when... what they do bewildering.
And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Oh, can we?
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Weird.
Something
Unusual.
was missing
Strange.
from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Something that should have been in the scene but wasn't. That must be a crucial point. If we can just manage to figure out what that something is. Okay, Hangman's Gambit. What should have been there? H-I-O. Oh, hair.
Now I understand.
Cool.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Right, with the lint roller.
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had
Well, the
ever
dead
used.
body's gonna kind of do something
that
there.
makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
What are they gonna do? Just leave the doors locked?
Yes, very true, very true.
And I would not have screamed when I found the body. I would just like, if I were a killer.
Then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Right.
Then that means...
Makoto's not the killer.
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Yes, thank
Are
you.
you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
Yeah, let's talk about those, please.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Yes, everyone would.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
Yeah, Leon was spelled on the wall
Sayaka
behind
was
her.
attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
I mean, do we know that?
Yeah. Then they ran after her,
I mean,
got
you
into
know
the
she was attacked in the
bathroom,
room. It
and
looks like most of the
stabbed her.
attacking was done in the bathroom.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
Oh, right.
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. Did he break the doorknob? No, did he break the door frame or the doorknob? I think the doorknob.
I got it!
Dewey!
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The knob on the door. Come on
doorknob
now.
for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
Right, because the boys' rooms have doorknobs that don't lock. Only the girls have doorknobs that lock for whatever reason. And the door to Makoto's bathroom door was just too big. That's just why it seemed locked.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice at first, but is that the key point here? Alright, make your argument. Door frame.
The incident took place in Makoto's room.
Yes, that's true.
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
That's true.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her.
Right.
And they got into the bathroom.
Right.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door.
That's true.
Because Sayaka had locked it.
Nope! That's a lie.
No, it's wrong.
The door doesn't lock.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Why did they do that?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, it's saving my life right now, but why did they do that?
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door...
Well, that's kind of lucky if you look at it from the point of that I'm not going to die because I knew my door was not locked.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck.
Right.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked.
Right.
So
okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
Because they thought they were in a girl's room.
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
They didn't know there was a boys' bathroom.
the killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about this scene and of the crime they didn't know was the crime took place in my room, right?
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
Conceive it.
He's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms.
This is true.
Which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom.
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
Right.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. The killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act.
Right.
Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do.
Right.
Since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
Yeah, can't poke holes in that, can ya?
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Right.
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Oh, look who was wrong. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Then who did do it?
That's what we need to figure out.
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
No! Terrible idea.
Rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously
Even the
needs
moron
to
thinks
do
that.
something.
Knows that.
For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem. Oh, As a matter of fact, I do have
There
one
we go.
question.
Thank you for speaking, only witness.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
That's right. That door did lock.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
I'm guessing Sayaka let him in.
Maybe
her
Sayaka
in.
just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit
Or
picked it
it
up.
in.
That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Did he make that?
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
It seems like the only conceivable way to get in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know.
Stop trying to act all cool and confident, bro.
Hello?
You're the comic
Why
relief here.
Exactly, can't that be it?
Know your place. Also, you're not even pointing at me. You're pointing at all the other direction. Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That answer's right there. There's no way Sayaka would let me in because... There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... I think switching rooms... I just want to, like, present this because this is, like, the big evidence right here. Oh, well. I think switching rooms, yeah.
I got it!
Yes.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Right. It was her idea to switch rooms. Same goes for Sayaka, no matter who it is. Don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
This is true.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Dun dun dun.
Huh? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
She killed herself. Whoa, what's this? Something there's something I want to, okay, hold on. Come see me in my room, check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay, Sayaka? There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
Right.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty
Yeah, that'll help you get away with murder. I mean,
but even the classics
writing.
can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
Notes.
Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
So Sayaka wrote that note after we switched rooms.
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Yeah, I think there were also little hearts near the top, too. Sayaka wrote it?
Why? Why would she write that?
Dude, put it together, bro.
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone.
Right.
She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Why?
Huh? What makes you say that? Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Well, you're already talking,
Very
so...
well then. Pay attention.
What is all this now? Make your argument, okay? Dorm nameplates.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room. I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Right.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
No!
No, that's wrong.
Got it. Break!
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
Right.
They got switched?
Yes.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name.
Which is why the killer thought they were in a girl's room.
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
I'm thinking Sayaka moved the nameplates around.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Right.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
It could have been him.
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
Well, wouldn't you like to know? There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew they were switched. Well, it wasn't the killer, or else he wouldn't have broken the door down. It wasn't me, so I guess it has to be Sayaka.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
Right.
So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just in this 2 in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room. Right. So Sayaka willingly did that and had the nameplates to make sure that they came to see her.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
Okay, but it doesn't say on the letter who she invited over.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Dang it!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room.
Wish you wouldn't jump to this so fast. It's like
perhaps the answer to our
I'm like waiting for him to say something useful, but he never does.
Initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Right.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
How'd you know it was a replica?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. Yeah, I guess if you look at the wrist, there's gold on the wrist. On her wrist.
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen.
Yeah.
Is
that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
Someone hit her with the sword.
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
Not yet. What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear.